Hello and welcome back to the podcast of Cream King. I'm his creaminess. Once again joined by Dominic Gutierrez, a reoccurring guest.
Hello, hello.
And if you listen, there's an actual audience today of one. It's great. Would you like to introduce yourself?
This is Stephanie.
She's a little farther back than us. And the mics I have are... I'm christening these mics, actually. It's the first time I used them. I actually have two now instead of handing back one handheld one back and forth.
Also, Stephanie sounds like a mouse.
Yeah, Dominic was like, she called and I was like, oh, tell Stephanie I said hi. And then I heard a mouse farting and I was like, oh, that's Stephanie.
Stephanie spilled something.
Just happy to be here. Before we get into it, Stephanie is actually the friend of Dom that I hate the least.
Yes, it's true. I have a lot of shitty friends, so
low key. All right,
they're easy to hate.
They really are. I don't. Let's not get into that. Today's topic is theme parks and why you should hate and fear them. Everyone, everywhere. Hold up. Oh shit. Everyone, everywhere. Earlier today, Dominic told me this story. Would you like to repeat it?
Yes, I was watching YouTube videos and came across the world's tallest water slide in the world. Oh, I already said that. The world's tallest water slide in the world. Anyways, and
someone's on his A game.
You should cut that part out. I came across the world's tallest water slide, and located in Kansas City.
You were there?
No, I saw it on a YouTube video, and it's they described it as being taller than the Statue of Liberty and taller than Niagara Falls, and there was a 10-year-old boy that went on there, and he went with two overweight women who lied about their weight.
Tell them how much they lied about their weight, because I heard you told me there was a crazy margin.
So they told them that they were, I don't remember exactly the weight of them, but when they actually went back and weighed the women at wherever they went afterwards to fucking weigh them in the hospital or something, and they were definitely 100 pounds more than what they had told the staff. Literally 100 pounds more.
How did they get away with that?
Yeah, that's bad on the staff's part because...
Yeah, but before you get onto why you should hate the staff at theme parks as well, that's like when you see one of those obviously thick boys, thicker kids at school, or I used to at school because we're graduated now. Fuck school. They they'd always be like, oh, I work out every day. I remember there was this one kid, huge tits for a man.
Oh my god.
And
Here comes the body shaming.
Here comes the body shaming. I used to be fat. I can say that. I used to have big old boobies. But he'd say shit that was so stupid. He'd be like, I run 4 miles. I run to school sometimes. I'm just like, you sure about that? Where's all that?
To and from the
moon. Yeah.
Where's all that calorie burning going, my guy? You must have the world's best looking legs under that thick boy facade. And I'm not the most fit man in the world, but come on. He was I'll give you a hint. He is a little bit white trash, and his name's a little bit, and he's in our first period. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was that guy.
I just mouthed the name.
Yeah, I don't like name dropping because I did that one time, and then me and that guy I had him in a class. And he didn't say anything, but I knew he knew about it because everyone in that class knew about it. And I felt bad, and I was like, God damn it. He's going to get shit for that.
Gary's an asshole.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
kind of. Anyway, speaking of trash, get back to your story.
So these women go onto the raft with this 10-year-old boy.
World's tallest, by the way.
World's tallest.
Taller than the Statue of Liberty. Steep ass as fuck.
And then it had been open for about 2-3 years, and it went down. The slide is protected by a chain link fence, which is basically a cheese grater. When you're going at 70 miles per hour.
The fucking genius who designed that, he was like, hey guys, I have a fucking great idea.
What if it was perfectly safe?
But then we put a fucking cheese grater in the middle of the ride.
And
The rocket science, who I'm sure he's patting himself on the back after that.
anyways, on their way down, as they were going up the second hill, the boy flies out of the raft and gets his head decapitated in the chain link fence, and little brother is just waiting for him at the bottom of the slide, and
So sad. How do you
sees
know?
just sees his decapitated body, blood all over the women, and there was photos of after the incident, and there was blood just all over the slide. Shit happens,
I
and
swear
it's
to
real. And next time someone wants to fucking pressure me into going on some big ass ride,
Seriously.
that's fucking why.
My life is on the line.
My life is literally on the line.
Yeah, like people are always like,
Awesome.
oh, there's like that, like people who are like, there's no risk, they're safe, the statistic. I could give a fuck about the statistic. It's a heavy, fast moving metal. There's no safe about that. There's no cushions around a roller coaster.
It's a salmon tube.
It's a
Dude,
it's a giant raily metal death trap.
people really think that the staff thoroughly test that shit out
Yeah,
before
they're
they
like
put it
trained
on.
professionals. They have like thermometers and like all right, this cold. There's no rust damage. There's no rain. They're just fucking people working there for the summer who will be picking up a little extra cheddar.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Speaking of which, I put at the beginning of Dominic's story, I put blame on those two fat bitches. But originally, actually no, I shouldn't even call them fat. I probably weigh around the same as they do. Those two slightly overweight bitches.
Oh my god.
Now, if I was working at the world's tallest fucking water slide, like the dude who sits in a chair and was like, go, because that's how they are. They're so monotone. They're just like, go.
Yeah, there was. When I was little, they would give me more anxiety about going on the ride because I could tell they didn't give a shit if I was scared or not.
I saw a guy when they were painting those with red eyes one time. They were like very hazel. They looked red in the sunlight. It was cool.
Oh, but he was high.
He's probably super high at the time. I'm just like a little
Didn't
kid.
give a
I'm like,
shit.
whoa, he's a vampire. It's high as shit.
I've always had a fear of water slides, roller coasters,
So have I. It's like borderline a phobia. Like
a phobia.
a phobia. It's a fubuia. But yeah, like we went to Six Flags recently, and I was like, I physically could not get on the ride. My brother was like, Greg. He was like, oh, get on. I bet you won't, pussy. And I'm just like, yeah, I won't. Bye. And I just went down. Like I stepped over the ride and like went to the waiting area, and that was like Six Flags for me because I fucking hate them.
I hate them too.
It's like people are like it's like the adrenaline. I'm like, the death.
Literally. See, and there's some rides, and I always feel so proud of myself, like going on them and like actually surviving afterwards. Like the rides that you think are gonna be super scary, and you go on them and they're not.
They're like the most fun thing ever.
Yeah,
afterwards.
and then you go on like 5 more times. That's what I always do whenever I go to like the county fair or.
I'll try to go on like 2. Like my cap will be like, all right, I'll go on these 2, and so I could say I fucking enjoyed it, even though I don't.
I usually aim to go on at least 4 different ones, just because
Gabby fucking
I don't want to
loves them.
seem lame.
Gabby loves them. Holy shit.
It seems like everybody else that I meet is like totally down to die. Stephanie, I bet you're one of those people.
I'm just not on the same level as it. No, I like the wooden ones surprisingly, but those are probably way more
Oh,
rickety
yeah.
and unsafe.
Yeah, they honestly are, but
In preparation of this, of getting together and talking about how much I hate fucking
things.
swirly death traps that are roller coasters, like, I noticed there's a lot of like news headlines that are like, oh, they died from this, they died from that. If I were to bet, I'd say more people die at theme parks than they do like shark attacks, because shark attacks are
Oh,
like
yeah.
super rare and like.
For sure.
And I hate people are always so sure. It's like nothing's gonna happen. You never know. The story I told Dominic this earlier. Me and my twin, we went on a fucking this regular looking ride. It was like in Western World and fucking Six Flags or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like the Western area of like the Looney Tunes bullshit thing.
I've never been there. I was
Oh,
at
I know
Six
what you're
Flags
talking
once,
about.
and
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, what is
really?
it called? It's some.
It's probably something super
Think.
cringy.
Think.
My brain is not working.
Like what's the short fuck from Looney Tunes called? The cowboy one with like the mustache. that's
Yosemite
his-
Sam.
Yosemite Sam. Yeah, it's probably something.
Oh,
Yosemite Sam Park or some shit.
Stephanie was like, I know that. I know that.
Write that down. Write that down.
Right there too. But yeah, like we went on there, and there was no like the fucking the dude who worked there. The ride was empty at the time, so like there were 5 people on it. No warning, no indication. It started at a very slow like spin, and it was on the ground, like at a flat angle. And as it got fucking speed picked up. It like went in a diagonal angle. All of a sudden, we were fucking 90-degree. Like we were like here, flat, and fucking
And then-
boom. Yeah.
Oh god.
Elisa got off crying because then I was just like, whoa, fuck. I have to pee. I gotta flush out real quick. I wasn't expecting that. I almost fucking threw my cookies up in there.
I went on a ride like that at the old county fair where I lived back in Arizona. Back on the farm.
Back on the farm, ski, when Mountain
When I
Dew was
used to live
Mountain
out in the middle
Dew.
of the desert, I would go to the Pima County Fair, and they had a ride like that there. And I remember going with my mom, and I asked her if she liked scary rides, and she was like, "Oh hell yeah! Like I used to go on scary rides all the time. Like if anyone's too scared to go on a ride, like I'll go on with them."
Roller-
She literally like made it seem like she
Yeah.
was the most badass. And then I went on that ride with her, and she was freaking out the entire time because she was like, "The seatbelt was loose. The seatbelt was loose." She really thought like there was a malfunction. and I
Speaking
was
of
like,
loose fucking seatbelts, I totally forgot about the fucking Iron Rattler story. You know how like a little kid, the 10-year-old went on, he was like, oh, borrow your drink. Got a chip in my throat.
let me talk while Gary.
Oh, that's good. What
finishes
is this?
choking. Watermelon Arizona tea.
I hate tea, but I like this.
It reminds me of home. I'm kidding.
Watermelon tea, sitting on the porch, eating some
That's what the
mosquitoes.
rivers run with there.
Huh?
Arizona.
Actually, Arizona's super fucking dry heat. You guys don't even know what mosquitoes
Yes.
are. Shaping on the porch, eating some scorpions, ski.
But we know what bullfrogs are.
Bullfrogs are like terrifying. We have like bitch frogs around here. Like bullfrogs eat the frogs we have around here.
The frogs are literally the size of like
Your
what's the neck in
dogs.
comparison?
Hide your kids.
Yeah, literally. It's
Hide
like a
your kids,
chihuahua.
hide your wives, hide your dogs, most of all. But yeah, like at Six Flags I went last time, and there's the Iron Rattler's like the big ride. It's like up there with the Superman and shit. And there was this dad up there. Just gonna do a quick bump of coke. All right, there was his dad up there. My brother was up there, and I was waiting for them because I don't fuck with roller coasters like that. I was fucking with Pokemon Go at the time. And like the dad was like up there, and he was being a fucking toddler. He was like, "I'm not going until you let my 4-year-old son on this extremely dangerous roller coaster ride." Because he's so little, like the seatbelt thing's barely fitting him. Like it's like he could slip out was the danger. And the dad was refusing to move, and he was holding the line up for like 30 minutes, and Six Flags was like fixing to close. It was like getting like the fireworks are about to start, and you know how long they fucking waited for him? Because eventually the workers were like, "Fuck it, let him on." You know how long they were waiting for him?
Come on.
So Greg went on like 4 times. By the time they, that steep incline, like where it's like they stop for like 2 minutes while they're
Oh
up
yeah.
there. The fireworks were going, so they had a full fucking show. So the guy, maybe he set it up that way, but like they had a full fucking show while they were on this roller coaster. So I bet that was cool. But I like the fireworks and fuck with the roller coasters. But yeah, and then guess what happened when the fucking guy got off? His kid was scarred for life, and he's bawling his eyes out.
Have y'all, on topic, off topic question, have y'all ever been
On
on,
his A game once again.
yes ma'am, have y'all ever been on a kid ride? As in,
The log ride, I
as
love
a
that.
groaner person, a
Groaner.
bigger person.
The log one's a good example.
He
yeah.
was giving me shit for saying
And, like-
phobia wrong, but like he's like off topic.
And-
On the EFOP. Been on like a kid ride and didn't think anything of it because it's a kid ride and like, little do you know, it's actually like kind of fucking scary.
Yeah, the log ride, dude. Because we were like on there, and like I remember
No, I don't think that's like a little kid ride because like
you get sprayed
if I was my first time going on that, I really thought I was gonna fly out.
because they don't have fucking seatbelts or anything.
Yeah,
And that's the fear. That's the like, hey, hold on,
because you feel your ass like lift up.
hold your kids, hold your babies. You might drop them. There was like literally Greg dropped his hat, and they're like, oh, but I bet we can go get it easily. There was like a funeral yard, like near where the drop is, of just like dozens of hats and stuck in there that everyone refuses to get.
Yeah, they wouldn't hold my phone. They
Dude.
told me it was my responsibility, so I had to go with my phone in my pocket on
That's
the water
another
ride.
thing. I got off topic earlier. In that incident with the poor decapitated child, I blame the 2 overweight
label.
women and the worker there. That is the most irresponsible dumb shit. On God, he got fired. I bet. And if
Oh,
I
well,
was those 2
all the
fat
staff
bitches,
workers
I would
that
be
day got
expecting
fired.
like a near death ass whooping, like when I got off.
All of the staff for the water slide
Got
they
let
all
go.
fired. Yeah,
Good. Fuck them.
but even still,
Like
They
I
had
would,
a,
if I was responsible, cause for just doing some stupid like insecure shit like that. It's fine to be insecure, but like not if it's gonna endanger anybody.
yeah.
Like I would be expecting like a horde of people to be waiting at my house, like pitchforks, and like they have like I hate to say it because like fat people are like I shouldn't say fat overweight people are like very
Thick
you know
people.
fuck it fat people they're like a discriminated class like they get like the most shit like nowadays like they get a lot of shit.
Some
That's
of
true.
them are shit.
There's like unless they're super confident they can dress right unless they can dress to a point where like hi they're fat
People still body shame though.
people still give them
Yeah.
shit like that's like the first thing they like when growing up that's like the first thing they go for and when I started losing
yeah.
weight then they started going for my shoes and that's where I had to step my kicks game up.
Your kicks game.
I used to wear Asics every day now I got like
Now he wears Vans.
Vans and Air
Crocs.
Forces and Crocs. Right now I'm in Crocs.
Crocs.
Don't judge me. Calling me out.
I'm
The
in
audience is calling me out.
We've been
All right.
scalped.
She went straight for the
the
scalp.
audience is boycotting.
And
And I said oop.
I said oop.
Gary used to say it like that. I said oop.
I said oop. I said OOP. But that fucking laugh. Yeah, dude. That's crazy though. I could never like live. I'd have to like, if I worked there like as this, I would take it super seriously. If I was like, yo, world's tallest, look, bitch, get on a stairmaster. Maybe we can talk. But for right now, get out of here.
Imagine sitting at the bottom of that slide and just like waiting in line or something, like waiting to go on it, and just looking at the people go down, and all of a sudden you just see like something from like your worst nightmare.
Like literally, like when crazy people talk, and it's like, the streets will run red with the slide was literally like that's. I'm not gonna like joke about it. This isn't a joke. They literally were running red. Like
There was another incident that happened that I also, because I started watching a compilation video of water slide accidents. There was one that happened. It wasn't the actual videos, but it was a guy like describing them, and there was one of 30 seniors. They just graduated and they were going on like their class trip or whatever, and they all went on the slide at once. And the staff members there said that like there was like too many of them and they couldn't like keep them under control, which I think is bullshit. Like you could have easily been like, no.
there's got to be like one big burly dude be like, all right guys, get the fuck
Unless
out
they
of
like
here.
physically like shoved past the guy
Yeah.
that was there up there. I don't think.
And I
that's
doubt
what
there's
they
like
did.
unless they're like gang mentality bullshit. Like I doubt there's like a class of people like. I'm just imagining just like they're wearing like their what's the dude from fucking Scooby Doo with the blonde hair? He wears the kerchief.
Oh my god, Fred.
Fred. I doubt it's. I'm in my brain. It's like a gang of Freds. They're like, hey, let us on, Bucko.
Dude, but the whole fucking slide collapsed.
High on sody pop.
And one of them died. I think one teenage girl died.
Okay, I hate to shed light like on. I hate to like joke about death like that, but that's dumb as fuck, and you should have been expecting that. 30 people on one slide. You guys are fucking idiots.
Yep.
It's for the class. Oh, no, then the class just got split in half. Oops.
Only one person died. The rest of them were like seriously injured though. And then I read on another one there was a slide that some 16-year-old girl died on, and the guy described it like the staff members were like super lenient there, and they let this girl on and they didn't strap her in all the way,
The fuck.
and nobody checked, and so she went down and she like flew off and died.
See, there's a line of like being cool, like and being like not caring. Like what's the word? Like so nonchalant, so it's unsafe. Like
Laid back.
laid back.
Like,
That's a perfect word. Word.
Word.
Like I pulled up like 13 of the worst like it's theme park deaths pretty much. All of them they're like scary words that start with F. The Six Flags, they fall, they flung, they fly. The fucking F's a death. All of these stories end with like, yeah, 75-foot drop and the female died of like a. It's like, and 6 of these 13 are Six Flags. I've only ever been to Six Flags. Oh, I went to Schlitterbahn once actually, but that's bullshit. I mostly go to Six Flags when we go to theme parks.
Ooh, this first one says she fell 75 feet to her death. As she fell, she struck a metal support beam,
Fuck no.
which led to extensive traumatic injuries.
Oh my god.
The cause of her death was reported to be a safety bar that did not that did not latch into place correctly.
Yeah, that's my fucking.
See,
That's my
yeah,
point. People are
'cause
like,
people
oh,
don't check.
there's no reason to be afraid. Yes, there fucking is. There's
They neglect
rails
to
and metal
check.
shit everywhere that could break your brittle bones. Flipped. There's the fourth one down is flipped.
Flipped Roaring Rapids float.
Oh my god, I never.
Ooh, this one was carrying 12 passengers.
That
in
lady died like a
1999.
horrible Looney Tunes themed death. Like, have you ever seen the Roadrunner? And like the fucking coyote's like running after him and he crashes into a pole and he's like,
Oh, see, here's this one. Schlitterbahn Water Park, death by decapitation.
oh, there's the kid.
10-year-old Caleb Schwab was
Poor
fatally
kid.
flung from water slide. He was riding the...
Why would they put alliteration in there? Fatally flung from water slide. Come on, writer.
Yeah, hitting the netting above. The ride led to his decapitation.
I should call that ride the cheese grater. Go at your own risk. Dude, those ladies, I bet they were like, we're so nice letting this boy on. Meanwhile, there's like 600 pounds of force being applied to that fucking thing.
I'm looking for something like crazy.
Look, when I was younger, I was like bordering 300 pounds. I would avoid roller coasters. I would avoid like slides that were like, hey, if I was a few pounds over, I'd be like, I'm not going to risk it.
I
I'd go
was
on the
too
bigger
scared to get
slides
on
that could support
anyways.
people.
When I was little, I only got on
There was this fucked up time, though.
the swings.
I remember I was on. It was like in this water park. I remember it was in Clean or Waco. Like I was on, and this kid, like I had my shirt off, and I didn't usually have my shirt off, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna be confident." And there was this little boy. He was 5, 6. Like I was like 12, 13, and he was like half my age easily. And this guy, he's like, "Are you sure you should be up here?" I'm like, "What do you mean, kid?" And like, because he's been shooting the shit with me the entire walk up there. And he's like, "Well, you seem kind of fat, and I don't want the slide to crash." I'm like, "Whoa,
Whoa.
little dick."
Dude, read this one.
Six Flags
Potentially the most tragic amusement park injury.
surprisingly did not occur on a ride at Six Flags Great Adventure Park in New Jersey. Of course, it was in New Jersey.
A haunted house caught fire. 8 teenagers all burned to death inside.
I was gonna make a joke like, oh, "Now that's spooky," but that's actually fucking spooky. 18. That's like a whole crew. That's more than a crew. That's like
8 teenagers.
That's
Eight.
like a clique and a half. Oh, yes, 8.
8.
That's a whole clique then. That's like a group of. That's a group of. Let's go to the. They're just like, let's decompress in the haunted house. Like we just been on like 15 roller coasters. It's probably not even gonna scare us. All of a sudden, like, wow, this fire is really realistic. It's warm.
Dude. That would fucking suck. Being burned alive, that's like...
That sounds like the worst way to go.
No,
That is
I
the
wouldn't
worst
want to
way.
drown. Like,
What about being frozen to death? Do you think that's worse?
are we talking like a
Burning?
cartoony, like Mr. Freeze gun, or
No,
like a,
actually
You're
like
trapped in
being
the freezer
locked
at
in a
work.
freezer.
or
Dude, at work, yeah.
in the Arctic,
in
you're,
Subway.
you're freezing your nuts off.
Trapped in the walk-in.
There, I watched like a remember that like old. I forgot what thing. I think it was on Fox or something. It was like a. It was like 1,000 Dumb Ways to Die or something. It was like this. It was like the story of this guy who got locked in his work freezer, and it was like an industrial freezer. And it like showed his like it was like a reenactment, of course, but like it showed like the dude's corneas starting to slowly freeze. It showed him like because he was in a like a collared short sleeves. He dressed like a gym coach dad. You know what I mean? Like he had like a pair of khakis, like those flexy like
Yeah.
collared shirts. You know, his wedding ring, all that sad shit. And like the dude, like it showed him like freezing to death, and he went all over the bathroom. Freezing to death, like I feel like after a while you're like, fuck, it's cold. But then the nerve damage and the hypothermia kicks in. You're like, this ain't so bad. Then you
But
die.
have you ever been so cold that like it feels like
I've been like,
almost like it's so hot? almost?
I was a douchebag in
Like
middle
your
school.
ears are just burning.
Yes,
Your fingers are burning.
I remember those like douchebags in middle school that were like wearing like shorts, and like they're obviously like chittering and chattering. And
Oh
they're
my
just
god,
like,
yes.
bro, I'm not even cold. You should move. I used to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be in Minnesota. You guys don't even know.
Dude, yeah.
I grew
Bitch, I'm from Michigan. You don't know where I'm from.
Quit stereotyping, but no, like the dudes, like I'm not gonna say like I was doing that, but I wouldn't like boast about it. If I was like it's cold, I'd be like, yo, it's fucking cold out here, and like I'd wear short cargo shorts because I had a hard time finding things that fit me. All right. So like some days I'd go to the cold and I'm like, oh my god, why did I wear shorts? And other days it'd be like it's the middle of February in Texas, and some days it's like 20 degrees, and some days it's like 80. And like in the mornings, like when you got out for school and it was cold in the morning, right?
Yeah.
You'd wear like a leather jacket. I put on like I have that fucking.
I wouldn't wear a leather jacket.
Yeah, never wear leather in Texas. You never know
No,
when the
man.
weather's gonna turn in Texas. I was like sweating out of my like. Remember that episode of Friends where Ross got fucking stuck to his pants, and it was like that, but like I was sweating like
I
a
remember
hog
that.
like in class, and like I couldn't take it off because then the smell would hit everybody because like it was like gross sweat. You know what I mean?
I knew this girl back in elementary school, and she would wear her puffer jacket every fucking day in the middle of the summer, and she would swear that she was just always cold. Like we would be on the hot bus with no AC, and the bus
She'd be
aides
like,
would be like, "Hey, like why don't you take that off? Like it's so hot out." And she'd just, "I'm cold."
She's like,
and she
happy.
also told the bus staff that her dad murdered her 4 sisters, and she would just like say like crazy shit all the time, and nobody believed her, but maybe she was just crying for help, and like nobody knew.
She's like, yeah, I'm still living with a guy. Maybe send the police my way. They don't believe me.
My dad said if I don't wear the jacket.
Oh man.
We're terrible people.
His dad, like the inside of the jacket's like coated with her sister's skin, and like no one believed her.
Dude.
They're like, please look in. You're like, no, you smell like shit. Get away from me.
I know.
Smell like
She had a roller backpack too.
smell like sweat and doo doo. But yeah, I never had that like wear the same jacket every day. I wore the same pair of shoes every day for like up until like half of junior
I used
year.
to. I would only get a new pair of shoes like right before the school year started, and I would wear those for the rest of the year. And I would always get Converse, and Converse, the soles start falling out. They start ripping apart.
I'd get like bright orange running tennis shoes because Dad was like, yo,
Ew.
I got these on fucking sale, yo. And I'm just like, thanks.
Gary's dad is very stylish.
Very Mr. Basketball shorts and t-shirt. And that's like an okay outfit, but not if like it's like bright blue and the other one's like fluorescent orange and neon and shit. That man could not give a fuck.
He dresses like Tiger Woods.
And he's not out there screwing a bunch of Scandinavian women, so he's dressing like that because fuck it. Whenever I ask him, like, why don't you do this anymore? He's like, I'm fucking old. I'm like, you're not even 50 yet. Chill out, mister.
How old is he?
He's like 46, 47. He's almost 50. Not quite there yet. Yeah,
His shirt
You
is
almost
broke.
died.
no, it does that sometimes. You gotta fix it to do.
Oh.
Lean forward.
Leaning forward.
It took me forever. That's a fucking... Dude, when people come in here, like, you know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Starting with a B, ending with cunt. Braxton.
Oh, you didn't have to call him out like that.
Yeah.
Starting with the B ending. You're so annoying.
So yeah,
Who's
like,
Bunt?
That's what I was
Bunt.
thinking. Who's Bunt?
well, it'd be
Cunt.
cunt. That sounds like a different pecan pie. Here's my pecan pie. But yeah, he was all about vintage shit, and I guess the chair's like it's kind of like vintage-ish looking,
Yeah.
and like I guess it's cool, but like it's old, and it's like when you buy like an old car and you're like, all right, the stereo doesn't work, the AC on this side doesn't work,
The windows roll up only on this side.
Yeah.
the back seat kind of smells like Parmesan sometimes on the hot days. But yeah, like.
There's weed in the air vents.
There's weed in the air vents. You can't get them out. If you get pulled over, they are taking the car. But yeah, like that chair's like that. Like I had to figure shit out about it. Like you can't lean back too far; it'll snap like that sometimes.
I'm gonna take it when you leave.
No, you're not. I'm keeping
Yeah.
this chair forever. I'm gonna pee in it and make it my
Are
property.
you taking all your stuff with you when you move?
No, dude, you can't take it on the boat. They don't. The first of all, when you get sent to like their starter camp, I'm not joining a cult. I'm joining a navy. I'm gonna be a
Are
seaman.
you taking your clay with you?
My clay. Oh yeah, that'll scream I'm a man.
Are you taking it with you or no?
On the thing, you have like when you first get sent to boot camp, they give you all your clothes and you have everything you come like your regular clothes and your phone. They put it in a box and they send it back to your house, so you don't get your stuff back till you're on the boat like 3 months later.
Oh, that's fucked up.
You get like a few outfits and like maybe your laptop and your phone. Because they gave you like one locker and some extra like little storage space under your bed. That's it.
That's fucked.
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
it'd be funny though.
It's like living in a dorm.
I think when I was like a few years ago, I was like, seaman. I want to be that just so people can call me that. Like it was like for a dumb reason, but there are benefits to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, going back on the topic of roller coaster rides, fucking hate them. I wouldn't recommend them. Like if you're like skeptical about them, you could stay skeptical. Don't be like afraid of them. I'm not saying like you should fear them forever, but definitely if they look sketchy, if they're a fucking what was that dumb movie that Johnny Knoxville starred in? It was like
Jackass.
no.
Jackass 2.
It was like
Bad
Jackass-
Grandpa.
Jackass 3, Jackass
Jackass
3.5.
the movie.
Jackass the movie. What was it? It was like a
Bad Grandpa.
no. It was very similar to. I think it's called this. I'm gonna double check
I
though.
think it's called this.
Yeah, Action Point. It's like I didn't even see it. It was like
It's rated 13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomato hates everything though. But
They didn't hate Child's Play.
they didn't hate y'all. They gave it like a 50, dude.
No, they didn't. Look it up.
Like a 54 or something. It might have gone up to like a 60.
Look up Child's Play. Child's Play.
Child. It's an S at the end of the sentence, you dumb cunt. 64%.
64. That's still a fresh tomato.
Barely. It like if it was graded, it would get like a flat 71.
Yep, fresh.
Barely.
Fresh.
I liked it. It was like there were parts of it that like it definitely gave you a little scare, but it was definitely there for like the slasher aspect. It was like a little comical sometimes. His faces were like a little
It was
cringy.
comical throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, there were like parts where you'd like, oh shit, like he'd jump. You wouldn't be like scared and like chattering. It's more of like this. I feel like this Chucky. People wanted to see it because it was like almost like a comedy slasher.
Yeah.
And it was definitely parts of it were like kind of spooky, but like when he was like,
I like the part when he
"You
played
are
back the.
my
Ew, that was so annoying.
it was funny at first, and then like at the end of the movie when they just kept doing it, I'm like, okay, it wasn't that spooky. Calm the fuck down.
I
But
like
yeah,
the part where he played back when the cat was getting murdered, and he played it back on his audio recorder.
oh, that was like a little creepy. Yeah,
That
I
was
could see-
creepy.
dude. In the movie trailer, it has him with his like slicked back hair, like he's a fucking like he's the guy from American Psycho.
He looked really ugly in the movie for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, what child doll like baby? First of all, this kid was like 13. Why the fuck did he have a baby doll?
They had it as like a joke.
And like, oh, what's it called? And when the first movie, I saw like the first movie. I finished it. It was a little boy. How old was he? Like 7, 8,
6.
6. This kid was like 12.
Yeah.
And
Or he was turning 13 in the movie or some shit like that.
oh my god, the chick who plays his mom though, like that's my wife.
Oh my god, Aubrey Plaza.
She's so like monotone. I love it.
She's kind of a bad actress.
Kinda. She has like one emotion.
NGL.
You know who else is a bad actress with monotone as fuck?
Who?
What's her name? Donna from that 70s show. She has like 2 emotions.
She was. She improved, especially by Orange is the New Black.
Oh my god. That show was like,
Where's her Oscar?
where's her? Get the fuck out of here. She does not deserve an Oscar. The committee would be like, all right, she's good. She's really good in Orange is the New Black. But that 70s show, she had like 2 emotions. Come on. You can't be in a show that's 8 seasons and have like the same. It's like,
She
Eric.
improved by the end, though.
It's like, Eric,
Eric.
why did you do that? It's. She had like the angry voice.
She just never made any facial expressions, or like in serious situations, she would always like look like she was kind of about to laugh.
Yeah, it was like, you know that those like dumb shirts people wear of like Batman or Darth Vader. It's like happy, sad. Like they have like a thing of like their emotions and it's all
Yeah.
the same face. There should be a shirt of Donald like that. How the fuck did we get off
Oh,
topic
yeah.
so much? We're talking about roller coaster rides and brushed up. Oh yeah, Action Point.
Sidetracking is always good.
Sidetracking is fun. The funniest parts come from fucking sidetracking.
That is true. That is true.
The best characters are side characters. Look at the fat kid from Chucky.
Oh, what was his name in the movie?
I don't know.
I think it was Pug.
Pug.
His name was Pug.
Why do they always give fat kids like those generic, like, oh, Chunk, Pug, like very short, like chubby sounding names? Why can't it be like, oh, this is Steel?
And they always throw in the adventurous redheaded girl with freckles.
Oh,
in every,
dude, I
in
swear to
every
God.
fucking movie.
And
The one who's like bold and
it's the redhead Dude, I read the book and it was fucking weird.
I never
Why did
finished
he
the
make
book.
them have an orgy?
I don't know. I wonder if they're gonna. I don't know. If they were gonna include that, they would have done that in the first part.
Then like the second part, they're like, "Hey guys,
It's coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
it's
coming out like next week.
they did a good job with that. Like the actors they picked to play the adults, they're popular actors and actually look like the kids.
Yeah,
The old lady freaked me the fuck out. Like I was like, yo, that looks spooky. Like the first one, it was interesting and like parts of it draw you in. And it was like a little scary.
I didn't like some of the special effects. Like some of the CGI was just like a little too much.
We should have just a next podcast should just be about horror movies.
for sure. We
Okay.
can go on and on.
You could go on and on. You fucking every fucking time we sit down for a movie night, Dominic's like horror movie, horror movie, horror movie, horror movie. That's all he won't.
It's just so boring to sit through a movie that isn't thrilling
I
throughout
under-
the whole thing.
Dude,
It has to scare the shit out of me, or what's the point?
Yeah,
you're like people
literally.
who like only eat hot stuff. You're like, if I'm not sweating, I'm not eating.
No.
I like
Yeah.
hot stuff, but like I'm also willing to adventure into the sweet and the salty. You should try that. You also like.
because okay,
I bet you like
our
artsy
family,
movies,
our
too.
family likes. I do tend to go through the.
What was that one movie you wanted to see with like the? It was like the Swedish movie.
Midsummer.
That movie looked
That
dumb
movie,
as
dude.
fuck.
No, it did not. That movie looked original.
I really hope I don't have bad breath right now because I'm yelling really like pretty frequently.
I think about that.
Has it hit either of you? Has, like the wave,
The wave of your breath.
the tuna melt wave, has that hit you yet?
The people through the speakers can hear us, or they can smell
Their earbuds are just like melting.
it.
Okay, but yeah. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Midsummer. Fuck that movie. It looks dumb as shit.
Fuck that movie. You didn't even watch it.
I didn't watch it. I watched the trailer and I was like, this looks like they have like creepy, Aryan-looking white girls singing a nursery rhyme while
They
there's
did
like
have one black character,
the one.
which
black-
was sweet.
Oh yeah, speaking of redheads.
That was thoughtful.
Speaking of like redheads in fucking horror movies. Yeah, that's right though. Like they have like that one edgy tomboy redhead. Stranger Things has that freckled redhead. It
Yeah.
has that freckled redhead. Fucking the girl in Chucky was really
in
annoying.
Chucky.
Or not Chucky, Child's Play.
Uh huh.
I call them that so frequently. Like when
I
I'm
know.
talking about
Everyone
video
calls
games,
the movie Chucky.
I'll be like, "Oh, what's that one Link game?" And everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It's Zelda, nerd. And I'm just like, okay. But yeah, like, I didn't like her that much in that movie. I know you're like, oh, you don't like
I
women.
didn't.
I didn't like her. She was annoying.
I didn't like her. She was too.
She was being like the oh, I'm the rough tomboy
She acted
girl.
like she was gonna like if you guys don't do what I say,
And the fat kid's just
or
like
else.
the fat kid's just like
and they were all scared of her, and I'm like, dude,
it's so.
I would have
cartoony.
gotten up in that bitch's face.
Dominic's like, what with your
What,
nails?
bitch? Yeah.
He's like, hold my rings, hold my
Hold-
rings, taking off your earrings and
The
shit.
acrylics.
Your
The
acrylic.
acrylics.
The elite.
The elite. But yeah, like I understand that character, and if some people like it, that's their cup of tea. It's not mine.
I don't think it's anybody's. I think like the people who make them are
Especially-
just like, we need this kind of character.
It's mostly
Nobody's
men.
asking for
It's
her.
it's
but we
men
fucking
who make
need
that
her.
character.
If
It's
we
like
don't have this to drive it forward, then what else?
Yeah.
it's like mostly like men executives. Like the show, like you know how the CW makes like they're good for like one season and they become trash.
What's CW?
It's like that TV that makes like Riverdale and Arrow and Flash and like hold up.
I don't watch any of those.
Yeah, you don't. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised.
I
you
don't watch trash.
Yeah, it's pretty trash. After like season 1, all these shows were bad.
I don't associate with it. Oh, I've
They
seen
made
that
Jane the
Marvel
Virgin, Supernatural,
Ew.
The 100,
Ew.
The Flash. What else?
I tried all of those shows and didn't like it.
Yeah, that's the CW pretty much. Like, okay, with this show, Batwoman, it's getting a lot of shit because it's like it's that girl from Child's Play, the like you better do what I say.
Yeah.
That's the main character,
Yikes.
and she's like, I'm independent, but like she stole all of her
Are
shit.
you one of those comic book nerds that hate on all the new female remakes?
I'm gonna pull up my shelf real quick.
Ow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Are you? Do
Yes.
you hate on the new female remakes?
No, I like Wonder Woman a lot. I like Suicide Squad. The only good character was Harley Quinn.
They're not even remakes, are they? They're like
They're
based
like
off of actual comic books.
yeah, but they're
Someone brought that.
I
point
don't
up,
like how they're,
obviously
like-
all don't read comic books because like
I don't like how people are like, if they're not exactly like the comic book, I'm not gonna see it.
it would be
It would. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, the MCU, they stay decent to it, I guess. So they go a little off track sometimes, but that's where they have fucking billions of dollars behind them. They could wipe their ass with, like, some of the other shit that's coming out. Like, I bet they could wipe their ass with Midsummer.
I remember when people were so pressed when the Annie remake came out, and it was the all black cast.
I could give a dude. It did. See the
It
movie and
wasn't
then
that
judge it.
great,
Don't look
but,
at the
like-
fucking trailer. Jesus Christ.
It wasn't that great, honestly, but
There is a kind of annoying trope of that. Like, instead of remaking the same character like in the reboot, like just making them black, you could make a new character entirely.
well, yeah, but
Because people did that with, they did that with Annie. They did
but
that.
then that would like go away from the original story if they're like just adding characters.
Well, no, that's the point though. Like, okay, 007, perfect example. You know, dub James Bond bullshit.
Never
So
seen those movies.
it's
but-
just they're not. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to get the plot. He's a
Mhm.
spy. He's British. Bond.
Period.
Martinis, Bond, James Bond, that guy.
Uh-huh.
He has a little gun. People are pressed because like after this guy, the white guy that's making the movies, he's like the devil, and it's been like a regular like white guy for like 60 years.
Mhm.
They're changing him out with a black girl, like out of nowhere.
Interesting.
It's interesting. People are like that kind of came out of nowhere, which is why people are upset. I'm gonna save my criticism for when I see the trailer and the movie. Because I like those movies okay. Like, that's no John Wick for me, but, like, yeah.
People are just like, we've kept it white for this long. Why are you guys trying to ruin it?
My thing
That's
was,
how
like,
it sounds.
my thing was, like, they could make a new character. They could, instead of 007, they could be, like,
Well, they could not remake the movie,
014.
period, and
Yeah.
just come up with an original movie. But like,
yeah. They call 009 or something. Or they just be
people are always like, oh, they're trying to force like these all black casts on us, and like these LGBT movies. But
They're
it's
trying
like,
to force my eyes to see minorities, and I
dude,
don't like it.
and I don't like it. Yeah.
When was it, make cinema great again?
People are just so. Oh my god, shut up. People are so.
I'm not opposed to that because sometimes the product is good and sometimes the product is shit. Because sometimes they shoehorn it in. Like, it's like a white guy who's like, all right, I want to attract more people. So what should I do? Same character, different look. Sometimes they don't put thought into it and they just jam like a...
Yeah.
They did that with Iron Man. Remember Kick-Ass?
Yes.
The Kick-Ass
I
was...
liked the first one.
Yeah.
And the second one. I
second
did
one
like the
was
second
good,
one.
yeah. So, Kick-Ass was inspired off comics, right?
No,
It was.
I did not.
So the guy who wrote them was like, all right, like he finished Kick-Ass's run. Like it was like, all right, story's done. I wrote like 7 volumes. I'm good. But then people were like, hey, I'll give you more money if you make more. So he's like, okay, bet. Kick-Ass is a black girl now. And like people who read it were like,
Oh, and they just like
he shoehorned it. Like it was like there was no effort put into it. He just
Yeah.
changed how it looked. And people didn't like it, and no one bought it.
Like if he did it right, it would be okay. But
Yeah. I think the reason people have a problem with like the whole like changing the from like white guy to black girl or like Asian dude to Hispanic dude is because sometimes it comes cool and sometimes it comes like bad.
Well, yeah. But
Like look at Spider-Man. They made you haven't seen Spider-Verse, but he's a black Spider-Man. Everyone loves that movie.
there's a lot of remakes though where they use white people again and they still suck.
Yeah,
Right.
that too.
Like a lot.
I'm trying to think.
The Carrie remake. I remember when that remake was coming out. I was so fucking excited for it. It had Chloe Grace Moretz in it. Y'all know her?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, she was in Kick-Ass. She was the purple hair girl.
Oh, yeah,
Chloe
dude.
Grace Moretz,
The one
yeah.
who looks like a bleached butt. Yeah.
She's actually kind of an asshole.
In real life,
Yeah.
she looks like she'd be one.
She's kind of a douche.
Dude. Jennifer
But I
Lawrence
was
is kind of a
excited
douchebag
'cause,
too.
I loved her in Kick-Ass, and I remember seeing another movie with her in it that I really loved, and so I was so excited for her to be in it. And Julianne Moore was the mom. They had like the perfect setup for it, and they just ruined it with like CGI here, CGI there. Literally, they just like drenched it in CGI, and it turned out like shit.
I'm gonna go a little more off track. I know you guys don't fuck with anime. I fuck decently heavy with anime, and it's on
With
Netflix
anime?
a lot.
Uh-huh.
Like what?
Like the mainstream stuff, like anything on Netflix too. But yeah, like you
So,
watch
like
it.
Naruto or like Bleach.
Fuck Bleach. Bleach is boring as fuck. People are like, oh, it's so good, and I'm like, it's not.
I watched Sailor Moon.
We watched it with Gabby. Gabby
That's
loves.
like
She's a
real
fucking
fun.
Sailor Moon fucking poster.
That's every white girl's favorite.
But yeah,
anime.
like I'll watch like so they have like regular 2D shit, right? Like they put effort into it, they sketch it out, they page by page, and they fucking animate it, right? But the new way they're doing it is with CGI. Actually, it's ass as fuck. So many they can do the whole show in CGI because they can make it quicker, and there's like no animation, so it's like, oh, dude, one dude behind the camera can get like a full season done in like a week.
That sucks.
Yeah, it should looks terrible. But like sometimes the story is good enough, people will sit through it and then they get 3 seasons out of it.
If they did, like as far as movies, if they like balanced out practical effects with CGI, like shit could turn out looking like way cooler than like we've ever seen. You know, like if they really like actually put thought into it, but
Found
like
like a balance to it.
because they're so quick to like dish out movies like back to back, like all these remakes, and they just like rush them and they just like use all the CGI to do.
There's
it
this
costs us
show.
that.
Yeah.
There's this show, Love, Death, Robots. They use like a healthy. They get like a very
Gabby
like
showed me that.
yeah healthy blend like that. They'll have like like this one episode like the 3 robot buddies. They have like a health like each of them like look completely different and like there's a little bit of CGI, a little bit of animation, a little bit of 3D animation. It's a healthy mix to where it all looks interesting. Like it keeps your
Sorry, I'm
focus.
blowing that like right in your face.
Like the first episode is all CGI
Mm.
and it looks
Oh
spectacular.
yeah,
It looks
I saw
real.
that one.
Looks like a fucking looks great,
because they take their fucking time and
crisp.
they mwah,
Mwah.
mwah, mwah.
Meatball. But yeah, back to the fucking roller coasters thing. This movie Action Point. I didn't see the movie. I saw the trailer. It was like this dude making these like rickety like theme park rides. If you see like a rickety ass like theme park ride that you're like, all right, this is old and rusty as fuck. That's rational. Not get on there. I don't care if they call you a pussy. I don't care if they call you this. If you're not, if you think, okay, someone's gonna get fucked up. Someone's gonna go oop on this ride, so I'm not getting on.
I'm gonna be that one girl from Final Destination 3
I've never
who had
seen
the
those
vision
movies.
and told you bitches beforehand, and you still didn't listen to me, and I watched y'all die, and I checked my nails afterwards.
You're gonna have one of those "That's So Raven" moments,
Literally,
dude. I'd be the worst
you haven't
person.
seen the Final Destination movies?
Do we have the movies and we have
We
all
do.
3
We
movies?
just bought the collection.
I haven't
There's
seen them.
5 of them total.
Have not seen them.
The first one was good. The second one was a bit worse. The third one was great. The fourth one was a bit worse. The fifth one was great.
How many fucking?
5.
It's like they did fucking
1,
loop
2,
de loop.
3,
It was like one was great, one was awful, one was great.
I hate franchises like that. Because then, like, if you're trying to, like, binge watch them, you have to, like, sit through the ones that
shitty ones
suck.
to get to the good ones.
Yeah.
I
And then, like, by the time you finish the shitty ones, you're, like, not
It's
even
like,
in the mood to...
back when I was like a big Marvel fanboy, I'd do that. Like I'd like, all right, Avengers, fucking Age of the Ticklers coming out, so I'm gonna binge watch the other Marvel movies. And at first I could do that, like when it was just like 3 of them that were out, because I saw like Iron Man fucking 1 in theaters, and that was the first one. But as they kept like movie series, like the big ones like that fucking 26 movies behind it, you can't do that anymore.
Friday the 13th has 12 movies.
Jason, the fuck Friday the 13th, yes, the fucking.
I
There was an
watched
8.
all of those in a weekend. All of them.
Yeah, I was there. We were cleaning. I
It
remember
was
that.
great.
It was great. But like, some point they'd be like, "Oh, this is the same movie," and it's like a different white bitch screaming, and I'm like, "Oh no."
In the 80s. Yeah.
The last one was a brunette. This one's a blonde.
It's like the subtitles, white bitch screaming in the 80s.
And then there's that Jason X where he goes to space for
Squelching
some fucking
noises.
reason. That was so stupid. That's
Oh, Jason X.
he had like a metal.
He went to space. That
It
was
looked like
actually
a-
one of the highest rated.
What?
Not like on Rotten Tomatoes, but someone made a list on it on
I have to
YouTube.
check.
It's on a YouTube list.
We have
You
to do one
watch the
about.
whole
We have to
video.
do one about horror movies now.
We do.
Do you want to end this one and just start talking about horror movies? Are you busy?
No, but I'm like starting to like get sleepy.
Oh shit.
Not like this is.
Oh, am I
just,
boring
like,
you?
No.
All right, we'll do that another
We've
day.
been
But
here for an hour.
we've been here. Yeah, about a little bit less. Joe, let me look up Jason X real quick. I'm curious because
We can
that
do
movie
tomorrow.
looked awful. Yeah, 19% on Rotten
It
Tomatoes.
wasn't. It was like one of those movies that like it was supposed to be like.
He looks like a fucking Terminator.
It was supposed to be so over the top, like cheesy, and that's what made it good because they were like self-aware about it.
I like those movies. Like they're like so bad they're good.
like Child's
Like Killer
Play.
Clowns from Outer Space.
Dude, they're talking about making a fucking sequel. bringing back the original, the teen boy that was in it. But he's like old as fuck now, and he's like not as cute as he was in the original movie.
That's like with Tremors. Like I saw the first Tremors.
Oh my god!
And
I wish Tremors didn't go off track like that. I miss them so much.
I watched the first one. I was
That
like,
first
eh.
movie was cool.
This was all. I was not in the right mindset.
What?
All right.
You're gonna cut this part out. I can't.
Okay. All right.
Just
Well,
cut it out.
let's leave it at that. And I watched it, and I was like, "This is all right, I guess." Like I didn't like it as much as I should have. Like I wasn't crazy about it. But then I asked Gabby, I was like, "Yeah, this." We're doing hand gestures and shit. And you probably. I don't like when podcasts without fucking cameras do that shit. They're like, the inside joke with the body stuff moving around. You're like, what the
Yeah,
fuck are you
and
talking
nobody
about?
else
I'm
knows.
listening to it. We're doing that shit right now. But like, yeah, I'm not crazy.
Oh, did you
about it.
mean?
Don't close it. Don't close it.
That could mean anything. I could be talking
No,
about
this.
I could be talking about a chode if I just
No, this.
that weekend I was. But yeah, I asked Gabby, and she's like, "Yeah, if you've seen the first one, you've pretty much seen all of them. They're all like that."
The next podcast, let's do it in sign language.
Sign language? I hate. There's this. Okay, so
A podcast for our deaf viewers.
dude, there was this kid Nathaniel Kid. I was with him, and he's like, "Bro, we should make it a podcast," and he thought he was the most clever fuck in the world for
That
saying
is pretty
that.
clever. I would have never thought of that.
Dude, that's so basic. What? Joe
Jerry
Rogan.
wants to open up a weed shop, and I told him to name it because his last name's Pretty. I told him to call it Pretty's Pot Spot.
I only want not because
Cut
I'm
the part out.
not because I'm like
Delete that.
I've never smoked, but like the business is booming right now. Like, you know what I mean? In Oregon, okay.
Yes.
This is coming strictly from a business standpoint, like how people invest in shit. In Oregon, they have 3 distilleries in all of Oregon, and they have like what fucking over 300 in California. And look at the pictures of these distilleries; they're like disgusting.
You should do that. Someone has to become the Walmart of weed.
There's someone talking about that. I want to become the Pizza Hut of weed,
The Pizza Hut of weed.
or the Domino's. Pizza Hut's disgusting. What was it?
Wow.
can't-
Stephanie
I can't
works there.
disagree.
You just totally offended
I thought
her
you
in
worked
her
at In and
job.
Out. What happened?
She never
I've
worked
never
at In
worked
and
there.
Out. I said she worked
Oh,
at Pizza Hut.
You said you worked for the man. She worked Pizza
Yes.
Hut.
Yeah.
I thought I was talking about In and Out.
Speaking of which,
It's
You know
all the
how-
same.
you know how people are like, oh,
She works at Chick-fil-A.
dude, I fucking love. I don't care how evil Chick-fil-A is. Sometimes the chicken sandwiches are so goddamn good.
Never
Not
had
as
it.
good as that Popeye. I'm kidding. I haven't tried it. Dude, I don't
I
think I'm
wanna
ever
try.
going to try it.
There's a Popeyes down the street from
They're
us.
going to discontinue it before. we
Dude,
even get a
people are
chance.
fucking going crazy. Their worlds start like you know how like YouTube you click on like a 45, there's like a one video with like 45 other videos just
Yeah.
like it. There's world star videos like that. People fighting over Popeye's chicken sandwiches.
Dude, they're intense. People are crazy.
There's an episode of Boondocks that predicted this. It was like if KFC made like instead of like their 12 herbs and spices, they added an extra herb.
Oh my god.
And people
13
were going
herbs.
crazy, like fighting. It was turned into a fucking it turned into a fucking fried chicken apocalypse. It was like that. I want my fucking chicken. It's like that with the chicken sandwiches. There are people fighting and going crazy in the streets, man.
Because people.
How am I supposed to feed my family?
Dude, there's literally a part in Boondock that said that. My babies want that fucking chicken. I want that fucking chicken. It's
Isn't
like that
KFC coming out now with like a.
now. The Cheeto burger.
No. That was
They
like
like-
old. They like already discontinued that.
I was
Um,
shooting on a secret.
It's like a vegan chicken.
Oh, Burger King.
No, it's
Impossible
KFC.
one.
The
Oh.
entire there's a
I'm telling
KFC.
y'all.
Nope.
I'm just ahead of the
There's
game.
a KFC in Temple. Speaking of ahead of the game, you know how people are like, "Oh, I was watching people who like, I'm a nuts." They like
And,
claim to be ahead of the curve with shit. Like they're like, "Oh, I was watching Rick and Morty season 1 before Pickle Rick. Oh, my IQ's way bigger than yours.
Yeah.
My IQ and my dinger's like twice the size of yours."
I've been listening to Lana since 7th grade.
Yeah, like they'll do shit like that. I hate that. But I was ahead of the curve with something. I said In and Out was garbage, and now they're supporting my.
In and Out as a restaurant is not garbage though.
It
They have
is.
some good shit.
No, I had their fries. Their fries were mediocre, and the burger. I don't know if I caught them on a bad day
You
or
didn't
something.
have their animal fries though.
The first time I went in there, we got a regular burger with no onions, so I had that. It was watery as fuck. It was like I was biting into a fucking water balloon. The lettuce was like dripping with water. The tomato was like literally holding water. It was the most watery thing
you
I've
had
ever
to have
eaten.
gotten a bad batch because
I must have.
the
I really
burgers
didn't
are.
like my first time either.
You guys are.
And I got onions too, and it was nothing but
Big.
onions.
Damn, Dominic's defending In and Out to the death.
Wow.
He must
shut
like
up.
Donald
Sorry, you're
Trump.
willing
Okay, well,
to die
Stephanie
on
works
this?
at Pizza Hut.
Don't call her out. Don't call her out. What, are you gonna give out her address now? You can't tell people that. People hate DT.
I'm doing that.
What it's
I'm sending out her address.
You know what we're coming out with? The
What?
Cheez-It pizza. You're
Wait.
the first to know.
oh my God.
Who was it? Which Kardashian posted their sister's number? Because they were fighting. I could have swore that was a thing.
Dude, those
One of them
bitches
did
are
that,
so.
I'm pretty sure.
I remember I was thinking like, okay, some teachers phone it in, like teachers who care. Me and Dom had this argument for like an hour. Dom was like, the Kardashians are so hardworking. I'm just like, oh my fucking God, no,
I did
they are.
not.
You said they're hard work. All the Kardashians
They're
are
hard work. They're business women. Yes.
You mishead.
You said they're harder working than teachers. I think teachers have a pretty hard fucking job. I think
Okay.
that they.
Looking back on that now,
You're dumb as
like
fuck.
hearing you say that out loud, teachers work harder. Yes.
Like after
For
having
sure.
Miss Peebles and her deadline shits and her taking shit late in, she worked hard as fuck, and she was nice. You rarely saw her angry. You probably saw the one time you saw her yell. You were like, "Whoa."
But that doesn't
Kris
change the
Jenner's
fact
shaking.
that they're business women.
Kris Jenner is shaking.
They
and
have
Dom
big,
was like-
their brands. They have big brands.
You swore to the death the Kardashians were harder working.
Mommy just has so many talents. I don't even know where to
I don't
begin.
even know.
I feel like okay, they all started with like Kim, right? Like Kim was like,
No, it all started with the dad.
With Chris.
oh,
Because the dad was the
at the
lawyer
time.
for O.J. Simpson.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
That's how the Kardashian name got famous for a little bit.
For defending O.J. Simpson.
And then Chris turned them into business. Well, Kim's sex tape got leaked. And
But
then
they were
Kris
like
turned them
already
into
important
businesswomen.
before that. If it was
And
just
then
a regular
they just
person
kept,
sex
like-
tape,
They're like they're like a spider's web. They caught like OJ, Kanye, what was it? They caught Kendall Jenner, previously Bruce Jenner.
It's Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh shit!
Kendall Jenner, previously Bruce Jenner.
I mean Caitlyn Jenner.
Kylie Jenner, previously.
Dude, you know she has like a thing of manslaughter against her,
Oh, yeah. She's like trash.
and it was like
Caitlyn
swept under.
Jenner,
It was like swept under the rug because it was like
She
all.
killed someone. She hit them with the car.
Yeah,
Are you
dude.
serious?
And nobody, like, it wasn't
It
even,
was
like,
swept because at the
publicized
time
all.
she got like bravest woman in America or some shit, and it was just swept under the rug.
Wow.
There was like a
Because she's-
magazine that said no jail
because she's
time
Never
white.
knew that.
because she's. There was like
And
a
she plays golf.
Screwed.
She plays golf. I think I read a thing. Doesn't she still like? Doesn't she? She identifies as a woman. Doesn't she still have her wang?
I don't know.
I feel like I was watching Ted, and I was like, at the time, this was funny. Like the main character was like he just broken up with his girlfriend, and like the teddy bear just found like a 2 terabytes, and a terabyte's like 20 movies worth of porn.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, clockwise rim job, and he's like, what is this? Chicks with dicks.
Oh my god.
And he's like, there are no chicks with dicks at the time. Like, I'm sure shows, like, people are like, hey, yes, there are. And I'm sure there are. People, you can have boobs and a wang now. It's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
You can have a drumstick and a corn dog, whatever you
Good
want.
point.
The point was, like, he was like, there are no chicks with dicks, just guys with tits. At the time, that was funny. But now it's like, damn it, I feel bad now. I was laughing at that
Good.
really hard.
Good.
You know what else I feel
You're
bad about?
canceled.
Cut off.
You know what else I
What?
feel really bad about? Some, not racist slurs, some slurs roll off the tongue so well, and I hate how people worded them that way. Wouldn't you agree? Like, okay, I'm not saying you say them all the time, but like when you hear them in movies, they're like, that sounds, like when you hear it, you're like shocked and appalled. You're like, oh. Like when you're watching Django, it's a movie about like the slave who goes to look for his wife, who's
I
also
got,
a
like,
slave.
5 minutes into that movie and I couldn't watch it anymore.
Really?
Dude,
I
it
never
was
watched
crazy.
It's
I
terrible.
love it's so bad. It's so great. It's like Quentin Tarantino, the dude makes all the bloody movies.
It's just white people saying the N word every 2 seconds.
Oh
And
my
the
god.
main character is like, fuck white people. And he's
Basically
like,
Belton.
Yeah.
yeah.
White
That's for
people.
real is Belton though. Like,
Jackie.
Jackie.
Beat me up, sis.
Dude, white girls make me so mad. Like, they date one black guy and they're like, what? I have a permanent N-word pass forever,
Oh
right?
my god.
I'm part black.
I'm part black because I had a black
Well,
guy in me
Vicky-
one
I'm mixed.
Well, Vicky screaming.
What's that one lady who
A
claims
black
to be
guy-
transracial? The
White
the
girl-
older white lady with the curly hair.
Annoying white girls who, like, date black guys. Like, oh, and I had a black guy in me, so I'm part black now, right? Like, they're like...
My mom said that because my dad was Mexican.
She's part Mexican. She was Mexican, kid.
No, but they found this lady and they were like, "Ma'am, is your father black?" And she was like, I don't understand the
I don't
question.
I don't see...
Is your father black?
We're
I'm not
talking about...
answering that.
Are we talking about what Vicky or...
No,
like,
this one. She's like her name's like Rachel something. She's an author about and her book is called like Living in Color, like how I lived in a black and white world or how I survived in a black and white world. Some stupid cheesy shit like that. Basically, like explaining why she's transracial.
And it's just like a white woman and fucking.
A
feel
white
like
woman with cornrows.
Some struggles deserve, like, the spotlight. Some struggles do not. That is one of those.
Dude, no. And Timmy Thick.
Timmy
He
Thick.
tried doing the same thing. He disappeared off Instagram for like a while and then came back and he was just like black. Like literally,
That's
he was
just
black.
That's white people who grew up in a area that's not mostly white. They maybe have, like...
Okay, if you grow up in that area like your whole life and that's all you know, like if you have an accent, that's understandable, but that still doesn't like.
You don't
It's
hear
like you've never seen a white person grow up in like an Asian community and they talk like they're Asian, you know? Like
you
that
don't hear them
doesn't
saying,
happen.
like, the Asian C word.
Well, if
I'm
they
gonna
were, if
say-
that's like all, like literally all they knew, then like probably.
But it still doesn't happen. Like you don't see it happen.
Like, you don't see
Yeah.
them, like, walk up like, hey, what up, I'm saying this not out of hate or at a place of I want to say it, I'm saying it. I don't even think this one rolls off the tongue very well. If, like, a white guy walked up to his group of his Asian friends, hey, what up, my chinks? Like, you don't hear him saying shit like that. But, like, if it's a white guy, like at Belton, that happened all the fucking time. They, like, a group of, like, 20 redneck white guys, and there's one black guy that hangs out with them. The
And
one,
they're like,
the, what up,
Yeah,
my,
and
my...
they think they can, yeah.
Staff
Like
here-
Jordan McGivney and his.
Dude, I swear to
his
God.
posse.
They'd say it with an ER so much, I'd get so
Because
uncomfortable.
who's that one guy that they hang out with, August or.
Oh, yeah, August. I liked August. I feel like he.
I like him, but like I felt like they all just like.
It made
They
him
were like
uncomfortable.
that. Look at my black friend.
I
Look, I
swear
have
to
a
God.
black friend.
And August is a very cool, chill guy, so he didn't really care. He hangs out with everybody pretty
We
much.
were just at this white kickback, and it was just like
In someone's garage with it cracked, and I was like, I'm sure there's a muttered country music somewhere in the background.
they were all singing country music first of all, including Gary.
Nah, I was, swear to God,
Yes,
I
you
wasn't.
were.
I hate fucking country music. No, I
You were
wasn't.
singing.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
I was singing, like,
I told you to sing.
I
for
was
me.
singing
And
Foreigner,
you sang for
Cold
me.
as Ice. I was singing show tunes and shit. I was not singing country music. You cunt.
I was singing Fleetwood Mac, Seven Wonders,
Foreigner,
Bedney.
my man, Cold as
Dude,
Ice.
lie on my name again.
Put some respect on my name
What
immediately,
the fuck
sir.
is up, Kyle?
Kyle, what?
You've never seen that Vine?
You were
No.
talking all that shit. What do you mean?
Dude, yeah,
what
but
do you mean, Alex?
back to it.
Seriously?
I did a podcast before, like, and I was like 10 things I hate, and Angelo was on it, and I had like a list of notes in front of me, and he like found it. He's like, "Oh, this is where you've been asking questions from." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's my standing point because I had to get up to do something." And he was like, "Oh, here's the next one," and I was like, "You know what else I hate?" And he's like, "White guys that say the N-word." I'm just like, "Well, he said it," because Angelo's like so racially ambiguous. He could say whatever he wants.
He's annoying.
He's
He
you know his
is not.
his girlfriend's pregnant.
Yes,
It's crazy.
we should definitely keep this in the podcast. Us talking about.
He posted it on social media. It's free game. Everyone can see it. That's like
That
That's-
just means all my chances are over.
it's
My
tragic.
plan is spoiled.
Tragic. Nah, maybe
Angela's pregnant.
Angela's pregnant. He's ruined for all men now. God, you know what? I see it every time I point it out. Like every time I see this certain thing I'm about to describe, I point it out loud. I'm like, why the fuck is that guy's ass so thick? I don't like that.
Yeah, you do.
Does he hit up squats?
So
Men
is
don't deserve to be
Elisa.
more cake than me. It's unfair.
Like Braxton.
Dead
Dude,
he had
it's weird. Like I
the
was,
best ass I've ever seen.
He was robust.
He was robust.
Swear to God, like
Wagon.
in Austin,
that TikTok is the.
in Austin, dude, Stephanie's dancing.
Dude, I
She's
love that one
dancing.
so much. You have to see it.
I will. You want to pull it up?
Yes.
Oh, wait, Stephanie's pulling up her phone.
How do you look
Please
at
pull it up.
How do I even look that up? I just have to scroll
Dude,
in the until I find it.
No, just go on YouTube and look up.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Someone replied with that the other day.
I was in Austin with them, and I saw this dude like walking. He was in like a pink tie, baby blue like collared shirt, like slick. And he was like a light skinned black dude. Like I saw him from the front. Hold up, let's see. Turn it up.
Watch. They were like no one. And then who's that? What's that one character's name from Chowder?
Oh, the mushroom lady,
Was that who they were talking
the
about?
fairy one.
Did you watch Chowder?
Not
I
really.
fucking love.
I watched a few episodes of it when I was little, and I really liked it because I thought Chowder, like the actual character, was cute. I had
Yeah,
a crush on Chowder.
I crush on Chad, his chubby cheeks. But yeah, yeah, I was sitting there, and the dude like walking by, and I was at like an Austin Walmart or some shit picking up. I don't even remember. I saw the guy from the front, and I was like, oh, he looks like a normal, like he's about to go to work or something. Like glasses, tie, khakis, all that shit. All of a sudden, I had to break my neck, and I said this so loud to where like old lady and little girls were staring at me in the line. I'm pretty sure he heard, but he kept walking because he was like, damn right. This man's, he easily had the fattest ass I've seen on a man ever. Like, he was in shape. All the fat went to his ass. It was weird. It was like imagine seeing like a buff guy at a gym. All of a sudden, it's just like, boom, 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 boom.
Some people are so
Beautiful sight.
fortunate.
I know.
Dude, it was,
If only.
I broke the shit out of my neck. I was like, why is that man so thick? Like, in that voice, this little girl would not stop staring at me.
Dude.
But we were in Austin, so it was fine. I wasn't getting. It's not like I said in Mississippi or something. I'd be fine. I should.
I bet they say shit like that all the time in Mississippi.
Or North Carolina.
Damn, look at that.
Damn, look at
Look
that.
at the trunk on that
He's
girl.
got a
Look at the trunk on that boy. I want to take him to my neck of the woods, if you know what I mean. Take him to the deep
I'm
south.
gonna get a handful of that.
So it's you know what? Actually, like when someone's like, deep, I'm gonna show you where the wild goose goes. You know what that means?
No.
The goose head is the wang, apparently, and the gooses go south for the winter. It's down south the ass.
Down south.
It's just a term for anal rape.
Or, well, going down south doesn't necessarily mean the ass.
Well, when I'm saying the wild goose goes, gooses go down south. That term specifically.
Well, yeah, but going down south could also mean your vagina
Your J.
or penis.
Penis.
Whoever is using
I doubt the redneck guys. I mean, they'd probably be down to rape a guy, like super duper redneck guys. Like, have you ever seen Pulp Fiction? Where these two redneck dudes, and they take this black guy and this white guy back thing, and they get the black guy first, I assume, because he had a thicker ass out of the two. At the time, if you see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not being right, dude. The black guy was a little chunkier than the white guy. So like,
I'm not being racist. I'm saying
I'm not, but like, and then like it shows like the.
Not to be racist.
At first, because I saw the
but
movie.
Asian people.
At first, I saw the
didn't have no
movie.
ass at all.
At first, I saw the movie, and I was like 12, and I was like, "Are they gonna like peel his skin off?" Because I didn't know what the gimp was. I saw the gimp dude, and I'm like, "Why is he wearing leather?" It's like a weird turn. And then I saw him ass fucking him, and I was like, "Whoa!" My
my
eyes were
gosh.
immediately open.
Dude.
And then I rewatched it recently, and I was like, "Oh, here's the scene where that. Yup, it's."
I see that kind of shit on the daily.
So I'm just like, "Have you seen my search history, hun?"
Shut up.
I remember we were hanging out at someone's house, and you were like, "Oh, I was talking to a porn star one time, and you showed us one of his pornos."
I did.
He had
Oh yeah,
he had the
him in Braxton.
tiniest tushy I've seen on a man ever.
He did have a small butt, and I also sent him. I sent him a video of us watching his porn, and I sent it to him on Snapchat. He left me unopened.
Asshole.
He hit me up. He was 18, an 18-year-old porn star, and I was 14, and he hit me up.
I could never imagine like someone who's like, "Yeah, I want to do that. I have hopes and dreams," and all of a sudden they're in porn. I bet some Hollywood producer was like, "Yeah, you're a real good-looking kid."
I bet you got a good chunk of money.
He did. I bet he did. Like, there's this one of these actresses from Game of Thrones, the show with the worst ending in the history of shows. And she started in porn. She had a few porns out. And it's funny in Game of Thrones, she played like an old timey whore, like where they called them like whores and they brothels and swords and dragons and awful show. And God, I'm not gonna go on that tangent. I'm gonna cry. But we'll save that for another day. But yeah, she went from porn to acting, so it can be done. I'm sure it's hard though, because like everyone can see your darkest hours.
Or you can turn to reality TV.
Like Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
Everything comes back to Kim Kardashian. She was not really like a porn star. She's not really like a porn star. She was like, that was like a one-off sex tape.
I bet her goal was to be porn star though.
Probably.
She's like, I hope this gets me seen. My audition tape.
I forget which one. Well, who's like the prettiest one who got like lip injections? Who like look completely different?
Kylie.
Yeah. First of all, you showed me pictures of her when she was like younger and she wasn't all like done up and plastic surgery'd up. Looks completely different. Look like two different people.
I wouldn't call her pretty.
She's like the new It Kardashian though. Like,
yeah.
I'm not like a fucking.
She's the richest.
She's the richest right now. Kim's like, I'm gonna get that bitch.
That's absurd too. Where's Kim's coin?
Where's
I know.
Kim's? Dude, I saw
you
like
think after all that talking to Trump, she would at least.
yeah, like two things. One.
He has no money. What's he gonna do?
He's bankrupt.
His money is sketchy though. He has like a bunch of underwater money and a bunch of money he owes and a bunch of money he has. It's all over the place. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like when that girl turned 18, a bunch of porn agency like the day after her birthday, like a bunch of porn agencies were like, "I will pay you $20 million to star in this porno."
That's how my mom became a stripper.
What?
She became a stripper like right as soon as she turned 18 because they were already wanting her to strip at their club when she was 17.
Wow, that's cool. That's gross, but cool.
That is pretty creepy.
Like, damn, doll, 17, super mean. Come back to me when you're 18.
And she gave a lap dance to one of the band members of Korn. If y'all didn't know,
You know they're coming. Korn's back.
Korn's back.
They're coming back with a new album.
Korn's back. Holy shit!
I was never like.
Korn.
Their new album's called Popcorn.
Oh wow.
No, it's not. I was joking.
I was gonna say that is original.
Colonel Corn, but yeah, it's bad. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. Dominic,
Yes,
it's been a pleasure as always.
We're shaking hands.
We are Steph.
This is video commentary.
Video commentary.
And
Let's do the
commentary.
outro in sign language just for our deaf viewers.
Or definitely- just click your nails together. They'll get it. ASMR now. Those are really good. Don't do that. They're gonna hear like the bacteria in your nails like clicking together.
Oh my god.
All right, and this has been the podcast of Cream King. Once again, stay creamy.